Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us most. Today, one of the greatest DJs and producers of our time, a true prodigy, passed away, Avicii, and I was deeply saddened by this. I was saddened because why do people reach such greatness only to pass away before they can bring all their light to this world? This is something I see again and again. Those that are amazing at achieving, that break past everyone, that become outstanding in what they produce, are not able to handle life at that level. Their character cannot handle the place their talent took them to. And this is why people are afraid to grow, to succeed. Everyone talks about fear of failure, but the truth is we're mostly afraid of success. Because when we fail, nothing really changes. You go for a job, you fail getting the job, guess what happens? You're just where you started. But when we succeed, we change our levels and we grow. And with that, a whole new level of problems. Greater problems, greater opportunities, greater influences, and greater temptations. Now let's go into the mind of a star. They want to become great so that they can be loved, so that they can connect to the world, so they can contribute. And then they get there and they think everyone will be happy, but that's not how it is. Now they have hundreds and thousands of people that all want something from them. It might be a signature. It might be that they want to have a drink with them. It might be that they want to get some advice from them or have them help their kid do better. But it never ends. It's never enough. The other thing that happens is those that want significance, that want influence, they come in as well. And if they can't get it positively, they'll tear you down. And this is something that can only be dealt with if your character is right. So how do we build a great character? Our character is built by the decisions we make. Decisions and deciding, the root word is deci, which means to cut. It means to cut out other options. So way before we become as great as we will be, we have to decide what we will tolerate and what is a must in our life. And we must decide to cut something out no matter how great we become. So if you decide that you want to make $10 million, then you have to decide way before you make that money that once you reach that level, that you will have a plan and an action to preserve that money. There's so many people that win the lottery and they become unhappy and they lose their money because, again, they did not have the values and missions and everything in place so that they could handle it. So what kind of ironclad missions and values and character building statements do you have about who you are? Not just now, but about your future as well. So these people that don't have them, they go into kind of a suffering state. And what a suffering state is defined as is a state where you don't feel gratitude, where you don't feel loved, where you don't feel appreciated, and where you don't feel like it's ever enough. This can be happening to all kinds of people, especially people that reach a very, very high point. People like Buzz Aldrin, who went to the moon and then battled depression. And others like Robin Williams, who battled depression and drugs throughout his life. And then Avicii, who drank way too much at a young age and went through all kinds of health problems. So we have to figure out what we're going to do. The other thing is we have to decide our influencers. Who are we going to let influence us? Now, I highly recommend that we find people that keep us out of this suffering state. So what kind of people are they? Well, these people usually are contributors. They give, they grow, They love spiritual development. They love to reach a higher level, and they love to help you reach a higher level. They probably don't like destroying their body, and they really love to help people in all kinds of ways. So even if you're a DJ, you can also decide to feed the homeless. You can use your stardom to affect the world in all kinds of ways that have nothing to do with your stardom. And your friends can too. When you start giving to the world in a massive way, it opens up a beautiful state. A beautiful state is defined as one where you're feeling grateful, when you're feeling appreciative, where you're loving your life. And you know, all these people that achieve so much, they say, oh, I'm on stage, I'm in front of hundreds of thousands of people, nothing will ever top that. But if they change their story and think, wow, I'm alive today, I get to be with friends today, I get to be around people that I care about, I get to see a beautiful sky and a flower, they really decide to appreciate, then they can. See, emotions will use you if you don't learn to control them. We are not our emotions. We are who we decide to be. And with our intention, we can decide what emotions we will have. And this is so important. So if he was in a state of suffering, just within a few minutes, he could decide, I'm not going to tolerate that. And he's going to think about what he's grateful for. His parents, his friends, his ability to make amazing music. And you can always decide what you're grateful for. So the key to living is giving. Not just giving what people ask, but deciding what you are going to give to the world, not just now, but in 10 years, and 20 years, and 30 years. When we decide that we're going to take massive action for the world, the universe gets behind us, and our heart gets filled, and our mind gets filled, and we become fulfilled as we fulfill our destiny. I wish I could have talked to him. I'm sure there were so many people that wanted to. I wish I could have told him some of these things, especially early. But how can we know? How can we know when we are about to do one thing that's going to make us blow up to millions of people? So you're going to become great. You're going to become rich. You're going to become famous. This is your time to prepare yourself. Take yourself to that moment. Take yourself to that moment when you're on stage, when everyone is cheering. And now take yourself off that stage. And people are asking you to do things that might compromise your values. And say no to those things. And then see yourself taking action towards things that matter outside of your stardom, outside of your success. See yourself making an impact and touching people's lives and touching their heart. And deciding no matter how great you get, you will always implement a set of controls, of values, a structure, and you will have peers that are the same. And then you will never have to be afraid of the success, to be afraid of your light. And when you're not afraid, you can go towards it, because fear is what makes us stop. Fear makes us hold back. Fear keeps us from our true greatness. These limited beliefs stop us. And now we need to get rid of the limited belief that we can't handle the success that our talent can bring. So I wish you the very best, and I'll see you on the other side. And I applaud your greatness, and I applaud your character, and I can't wait to see the light you bring to this world. Thank you so much.